to cut Blood off because he will just go on forever. So we're hopping into our first map here in a few seconds. And Mitch, I'm assuming you're 2-0 as well.
Yeah, 2-0. That's how you do it, Blood. I think Invictus have I think Invictus have got this nice and clean. Realistically, dropping a map in this kind of scenario just shouldn't happen.
Yep, completely agree. We're going to see Mazaalai start off on the CT side, and I think, you know, again, if we want to see Mazaalai put up some decent numbers, put up a decent chance, if anything, potentially change our thoughts on how this whole tournament will go for them, or the rest of this tournament will go for them, since I think today's like the exact halfway point. Having a good match versus Invictus, even if you don't win, even if you don't win a map, if you get a close game on the cards here, then I'll be like, okay, so maybe Mazaalai can bounce back in this one, and maybe they still have a chance if they can close out the rest of their matches, still avoid being bottom two. And I think technically there is a way they can. You have Bren, you have Lucid Dream there. One of these three teams will be bouncing back into the 8th seed and will be staying out of the elimination phase. So, you know, show us some signs of life, show us, you know, a close game, and then, you know, I'll go back to starting to believe that Mazaalai could be a team that can pull off some upsets.
Yeah, I mean, we mentioned for Mazaalai, obviously, their early games were the easy ones, right? They've got to play against Vici still. They'll be taking on Lucid Dream, which I guess is one they could win. Tiger as well. Hell, on the right day, they could beat them as well. But that's it. Those are their opportunities. They've played most of their games already. So if they lose out to Invictus, sure, but they'll have to win their other 3 games. And those are pretty rough ones overall, I think, for this line. Oh, sorry, Tyloo as well, but I think I kind of ignored that one because it's Tyloo. Surely they don't win versus them. I say ignorantly.
Yeah, no, just wait, Mitch. Just wait. Full of surprises. Well, we will go into the pistol round. Invictus on the T side. They did invest a lot into utility. Even had an early nade, which caught out Bartek down to 70 HP. Then they have the 2 smokes, the 2 flashes. It looks like they're looking to head up towards this B site. Even Destroyer over towards alt mid to cause a distraction. And I like this. Zilgenberg's going to have a smoke himself. Also a nade too. And he can put on some serious hurt to this team once they actually go for the push in towards the site.
There's pretty much... I mean, they could go back if they wanted to, but...
Oh, no.
This is very unlikely. Smokes over, flashes there as well. The boost up for Machine Gun. He spots them on the crawls. He's being seen, so he has to drop off. And the spam not quite hitting. Sogu back at the bomb site, not able to get much done. Only the 1 kill, and now they're locked out. Bomb plant should come through nice and cleanly. As Mazaalai are going to find it hard to get back into this site. The Glock's up close. Show Sage, as Dinko would say. Let's keep the dream alive. In the back of the site, he's looking to try and find a little bit on the USP. The range duel looking favored for him, but he avoids it afterwards. I like the tuck in because he... Whoa! Flying! No! What happened there? It's a little bit awkward. I don't know how he wasn't able to find that kill around the side of the fountain. Or even shoot, I think. Caught completely off guard. At least the kills are going their way eventually. No need to face any more. Time is so low. No kid for Zilkenberg. He's already running away.
I did like, though, how Mazaalai had 2 smokes and a flash to go for the retake. Obviously, the armor is going to be a little bit of a detriment not having it when you're retaking against the Glocks like that. But they did have that potential, that forward thinking to go for the retake towards the B site. I don't know where the second smoke went, to be honest. I saw the smoke towards Banana. I didn't see the second one get thrown. I think Nuez was the one that had it. Maybe they double smoked Banana. Actually, no, I think they maybe smoked Pool to kind of block off the person there who could potentially get the kills. Zhao Sage gets the gets a 3K in the pistol. Going up against the buy-up now. We see, ooh, a Mag 7. 3 pistols and MP9. So, not a terrible buy. Especially if they can get Machine Gun to hit some shots here with the Mag 7. Gonna be sitting over towards Arch side, though. I'm not sure if they're necessarily going to head in that direction. I would imagine Invictus are going to play this one slow to, you know, get that second round locked out. Ooh. And to go into a 3rd round with a massive advantage.
I agree. Normally, that's what you would see the team doing, but look at this. They're pushed up top mid. They're looking to take these fights, prodding at them. Surely a flash goes over. Machine Gun goes past it, though.
He did not do nearly as much damage as I thought he would. That shot.
I can't even criticize it. To me, it looked like it was on the head.
Yeah.
But apparently, it was on his toe? I don't know. Took barely any damage.
I mean, some people I could have a toe on their head. I've seen the dog who has a tail on its head. Did you see that?
It's like a unicorn, is it?
Kinda.
No, I've never seen it.
So it looks like Zuckerberg and Stu just gonna save their weapons. And yeah, understandable. Invictus don't lose a single player on the entry. Look how much utility they saved too on top of this. I mean, Oi didn't use a single piece. It's really overwhelming that site. And I do kind of worry is that when it comes to that raw aiming, can Mazaalai compete? Are all these sites very susceptible to just being completely overwhelmed? I mean, we know Invictus will ideally be able to flash in for each other. They'll be able to set each other up for some kills, or maybe they don't even need it because they have so much raw aim behind them. Look at a nice double. Suga will get one, so not bad money. And Suga's up to 3,100 from that. And Invictus do lose quite a bit, actually, so they're going to be pretty much broke after this round, unless they win it.
I just... Look, sending the SMGs out in a situation like that, I agree with, right? Farm a little bit of extra money. Make sure they don't have the pistols. Why is Shosage repeaking that? Why is then the other AK on Viva going through for the extra kill? Like, you're literally trying to stop them saving a pistol. I get it after Shosage's died because you don't want them to get the AK, but man, those are big mistakes. Whoa. And a really costly round for Invictus. They avoid giving over an AK to the CT side, but they've kept their economy really low, and if they lose players in this round, they're going to be struggling. I mean, even the firepower is looking pretty decent for the CT side. They've managed to take down Destroyer, low HP on Shosage, isolated, easy follow-up for Machine Gun. And really, this is a great start, considering the buy that they have. Mazaalai are going to be over the moon with what they've just achieved in the flank, all the way down Banana. And Zilkenberg knows when to stop, though.
I think there was a little bit of luck coming into that one. We saw two players push in a CT spawn just off the bat. Shosage did not stop running whatsoever, but because there was an early stack towards B to get the early bottom banana control, those two players were rotating back towards the east side, catch him out and spawn, and now there's a realistic chance here Mazaalai can take this round. Shingo with the M4 has 2 kills, always low on HP. Our attack, it comes down to him. He's got to at least pick up one, or at least do some serious damage. He should be able to get at least that one we talked about. Viva, he's going to be the one that falls. Can he even get a second? Oh, that was close. Now Machine Gun's going to wrap in from behind. The bomb should be going down here momentarily. But will they expect him so quickly towards short?
I don't think so. They're watching it at the moment as well, right? So Machine Gun, maybe he was just spotted. Nah, he's dead anyways. And Silkenberg in the 1v2 spams through the smoke, connecting and even headshotting him. All right, flying. So, I mean, good damage by Mazaalai yet again. The thing is that was the force buy for them. They can't really go for another force buy. They can't go in for pistols. Realistically, this should just be a light buy, like maybe a few deagles at best. I wouldn't even take out armor with them. If they can find 2 kills, they'll be happy, but Invictus off to a decent enough start so long as they can win this round cleanly.
Look at that. Doesn't even know where he is, too. Just the inkling, the read on it. Obviously knowing the other player's going to push in once the player short was going anyways. And you mentioned the deagles. We're seeing Machine Gun with the Max 7 again. I respect the hustle, Mitch. I'm a big fan of the Max 7 shotguns. Can be extremely deadly, though I think the angle he was holding before is basically that one and done with how close they did get, with no assisting of flashes. But still, keep it costly. Keep the economy in check for Invictus. Yeah, it's a 3-0 start, but still close. And I mean, the thing is for Mazaalai, though, because they kind of forced up in that last round, now they can't afford the full buy up here in round 4, where they typically would have it.
Machine Gun, the player who 50% of the time does not have his namesake. I like the fact that they're staying with this A-hole. Like, they were smoked off on B completely. They couldn't see a thing, and yet they stick in. I respect that. See if they get a reward for it now. As they move in towards this side. Oh no, the flash. It pulled Nuez off the angle, and that's it, done. And dusted. Retake him with a Mag 7. Good luck to you.
I think you doubt the power of Machine Gun.
I think realistically, he has to play for an exit. I mean, anything else would be a little bit ludicrous.
Yeah, maybe going back to where he was holding before. I mean, with the CZ kills he got in round 2, I believe it was. think that's why they went for the force up there. Or was that Zuckerberg? I can't remember. Got a lot of games over PAL 2020. And yeah, he's going to be holding in towards T apartments. You see Sugu doing the same over towards B. Looking for the exit frag, as you mentioned. Though I don't think Invictus are going to chase this down because really, there's no reason to. You're not really up against anything. And we'll see now. Maybe they're going to go for it. He wants a kill. A destroyer wants blood. And he gets it.
Well handled by Invictus. You're not getting caught on the exits. The only thing there was Xiao Sage actually did re-peek. He got shot up by a P250 from construction and decided to re-peek it on 10 HP. I don't like that decision, but he didn't get punished for it, so I guess we can ignore it. It looks like Machine Gun, he's dedicating. He's all in on this strategy. It's the Mag 7 brought into the full buy round, and he's keeping it. Let's see what you can do. Oh, yeah. Again, I'm more of an auto shotgun guy myself. The XM.
Don't be like Tom is.
I mean, it's just a good gun, mate. Look at that. Oh, wow. We'll tap down through banana. But yeah, look at like David P on Inferno. Back when he was on a team that was sort of kind of relevant. He did a great job just holding down the likes of apartments with an XM and cost basically nothing. And in that position, it's as good as a rifle a lot of the time.
Well, I can't confirm. I haven't seen him play the Judge yet in Valorant, since he has moved over to it.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Sugu gets a kill. Goes over towards Banana. I think they pushed past the smoke. Actually, you got through the smoke, or the smoke replumed, or they smoked right after. The way they get the man advantage. Yeah, Zhao Sage on 5 HP, Viva on 1. This is definitely doable now here, Mazaalai. Machine guns, Max 7 is not looking too bad. But it comes down to if they can hold this push. 30 seconds left. Silkenberg saving his incendiary. He's going to buy even more time. Well done. Hold on to as much utility as possible. Suga's burning, and you need to move away so you can get out of the fire, mate. Now Zuckerberg's even burning, and this is going to be tough now. The push comes through. The flashes are all good, and they get Sugu off the bat. Oh, no. Oh, man, look how low they all are, and yet they're not dying.
Yeah, that is a depressing start. I mean, you've got, what, 28, 1, 5, 47, everybody below 50 HP. But Mazaalai don't know that. These final two players think they're up against a full team. No idea, well, the four-man, no idea of the health at all. So it doesn't really play a factor. If they knew, I think they'd be running and spraying in there.
Well, knowing me, if I did that, I'd still miss every bullet. It's like trying to shoot Ollie G.
I think even if you didn't do that, you'd probably miss every bullet, Jason.
Hey, well, you know, it's global. You know, not to brag.
For how long?
When I was casting CS, like, consistently as my main game.
Okay.
You know, back when it was hard to get global.
Oh man, you don't need to tell me about it, dude. I remember we didn't know exactly what it took. I'm talking like 5 years ago. It was like 13 wins in a row if you wanted to get global, or that was our theory at least, because we would win 10, lose 1, win 10, lose 1, win 10, lose 1. It didn't matter. It just no, because the way the matchmaking worked, it was like it was compound, but like it multiplied. I think the MMR. That's what someone explained it to us as. It was wild.
I wouldn't mind seeing like the league route where it's like the top 500 ranked players get global or something like that, you know, or add a new rank. Oh
yeah.
Zhao Sage, he makes Banana his 2 kills. Machine Gun's gonna be here. He's got the op, he gets the kill. Nuez responds as well over towards the A site, so not a bad fight back here for Mazaalai. But even 3-on-3, I still worry for them on the CT side. It's 5-0 for Invictus. I know I talked about this yesterday. Great flashbang out of Bartek, but Nuez can't quite connect the second shot on Deviva. So it'll still be a 1-for-1 trade. As I was saying, you know, yesterday, you see so many teams go on these like 5, 6, 7 round streaks, only to still end up, you know, maybe 9-6, 8-7.5.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Now it's all on flying. 1-on-2. Bomb's going to be down towards short. He's going to be in pit at least. Bartek's waiting, and Bartek's will get the kill. And there we go. Mazaalai pick up a round.
In those early starts, those 5-0s, generally you don't get to build up as much money as you would hope, but Invictus have done quite a good job. A lot of players up and around that 10k mark. So they'll be fairly comfortable. AWP even coming out. Off the bat. Excuse me. So you're looking at an op on the T side of Inferno. Not every day you see that this early on. Especially with a 5-1 lead. It's not like the strategy needs to be changed massively, and that certainly hasn't helped. Great opening pick by Machine Gun. A player who he highlighted as someone that could potentially take up the main opping role on this lineup. Usually it's Zilkenberg, but as you can see, they wanted to put it on Machine Gun this time, and it's certainly paid off. Zilk playing
Can't
down
argue with
towards...
the results.
Oh, no, not at all. Zilkenberg's... Oh, no. Zilk was playing towards Banana. Which is odd that they don't give him the AWP in that sense, because it's not like positionally he was forced to take an M4. So obviously there's some decision making going on there. Maybe we will see things shifted up. But a terrible little jump peek by Sogu.
Well,
I mean, he hadn't been spotted doing it, right? He just jumped once and dead.
I wonder if the thinking is because it takes so much utility to get control of Banana that if Invictus just wait and delay it out. Oh no, he's team flashed. That was by Machine Gun. Maybe he's gonna peek it again. Oh, Xiaosage wins the fight. Machine Gun trying to survive with op. But maybe because it takes so much utility that they don't want to waste investing that utility anymore, and then just save it later in the round so they can stop Invictus from moving into a site like this. As Machine Gun, well, as we talk him up, misses 3 shots. Site taken once again here. The bomb goes down. Not even covered off by Nuez. We'll get the kill into Xiaosage. It still will be the 2-on-3, and this retake is going to be damn hard.
Yeah, with no utility really. I mean, they've got a smoke. Now just the smoke after that flash went out. A spray from Nuez, not good for the kill, and I think Bartek would have saved if he was a little further back, but he was already basically committed, unfortunately. That is 6-1, an immediate bounce back. From,
just imagine the old
Invictus.
ecosystem for the game. Oh, that was a shot and a half.
And what you were saying about the ranks, that's actually a really interesting point. I've wanted that for a long time, where it's like top 500, top 1,000. I mean, I think everybody that I know, even from a commentary and analysis side, everyone I work with has been global for quite a while. Like, there's no... I mean, the only way most of us lose our global is we don't play for, 2-3 months, or we're playing external matchmaking, then you come back, you play one, you rank in LEM Supreme, you get back to global within like 10 games max. And it's like, it doesn't mean anything,
Well, even when
remember,
you get global, you have nothing else to push for, It's
Exactly.
not like you need to maintain your global, but if you want to maintain top 500, that's hard to do, right? You have to play a lot. You can't just sit there, because then eventually you'll decay out of it.
That's the thing. I think it's a really good point, a really good system to have in place. Because when I was playing, I was like, oh man, imagine being global elite. I remember we played a game. We got invited to a friend's lobby. We were all silver, like silver 4, and there was one. You remember you used to be able to queue like with one global, and you would get silver still, or whatever rank the lowest was. Like it would average. Whereas now it goes for the highest one. It's much more top heavy. So we like queued versus silvers, and he was killing everyone. We were like, wow. Like Toy Story, the little green aliens, like, wow.
Yeah.
We had no idea how he was doing what he was doing. And then you get there, and you're just like, oh, this means nothing. Like, there's some amazing and some absolutely terrible players.
Well, I mean, even like, people in chat be like, ugh, but even in Valorant, like, you saw people in the closed beta, once they hit the rank Valorant, as it was called at the time, they're like, okay, well, now what is there to do? Nothing. It's not like you're going to get even higher rank. It's not like there's a higher tier of Valorant. It's just you're that rank, and then cool.
Thing is, you also go between the top 50 and top 60%, right? There's no difference in those players. You could make the same 10 players fight against each other again and again and again. There's going to be very little that separates them. Between the top 20, top 30, there's going to be a little more, but again, probably close enough to the same skill level. Between the top 1 and the top 0.1%, that is not a fair fight. Those guys are a million times better. Between the top 0.1 and the top 0.01, again, absolutely insane. And yet, the matchmaking system just lumps them all in together and goes, here, play, have fun, You don't know
Well,
which one you're gonna get.
on the last note, before we jump back into this, is like even in Overwatch, I know you hate me talking about it. You know, the difference between like top 500 and like Grandmaster was insane. Like there was like a whole difference. Even in Grandmaster alone, in that one rank, there was like low Grandmaster and high Grandmaster. And between those, the skill difference was like the skill difference between being Master and the lowest rank in the game. Like there was a
Yeah.
massive difference in skill level. But here we go. 7-1 up for Invictus. The buy coming through for Mazaalai. Zhao Sage has fallen over towards Banana. Try to go for the aggressive play yet again. I feel like Invictus are playing with no respect here, Mitch, up against Mazaalai. I mean, that's not the first time we've seen him rush up in a position.
No, the question is, can it work out for them kind of consistently? You know? Is this going to be the opportunity for Mazaalai? Is this going to be something they can capitalize on? I mean, they've no idea Sogu's up close. That's something that could get a little bit risky as they move on forward, but clearing it still, and the shots missed by Sogu. He obviously wasn't ready for them to peek him, just to blissfully, ignorantly run up Banana.
Oh, destroy. Did you truly find a hole?
He's about to create one. The machine gun's head. Oh, never mind. He was spotted. Still doesn't matter. And Zulkenberg's just surrounded. Nowhere to retreat to. No fallback. The 4v2 retake, 4v3 retake, they can go for this. Oh, sorry, 3v2. What am I saying? As if he got a kill and randomly got an extra player in his team.
You know, I think one thing we're seeing in this matchup is that Invictus are really applying pressure at all points on the map. Like the fact that in so many of the games, like as we're watching, obviously, again, we have the hindsight, the mini-map. We see what's happening at all times. But there was like so many gaps in defenses in like these last week and a half of matches where if teams just sent a player there, they'd realize, wow, this is like a free round. And yet we're seeing Invictus, like they are applying that pressure. Zhao Sage, he like ran up mid into CT spawn in one of the rounds and only got caught because the players are rotating back from B over to A. Like this is them constantly forcing Mazaalai to go for like a very wide net to make sure there's no holes. Well, I guess talking about holes in nets doesn't really make sense, but to put up like a strong wall of defense and not have those holes exist. And yet somehow Invictus are finding it over and over again. 8-1.
Yeah, this T side's already been a little bit too good. What I'm surprised at is in that 2v3, they decided not to go for it. And once they got the kill on the machine gun, they have a really good opportunity to actually do it.
It's B side though, right?
Yeah, true, but I mean, they're 7-1 down. You want to really
Yeah.
concede an 8th? I mean,
That's
Invictus
true.
already have a great T side, and based on how things are going, probably looking to get even better. I guess the one thing is there's never going to be a chance this early on that they're leaving Invictus with no money, considering how convincingly the T side's been winning those rounds.
I can actually, I agree with you on that, because then, you know, imagine they do pull off the 2v3. That's got to like really build up the team, right? They got to have a lot of energy now with them. Like they, you know, that kind of changes the mood within the team, and that could be a big bouncing back point as well.
Yeah, I mean, I 100% agree. When it's a 2v4, you don't go for it. But the machine gun pick should be like, oh, we can at least, you know, set up in position. Ooh, oh, okay, the crossfire worked out. Even full blind. Nuez was there behind to cause a little bit of damage. Well, that was Nuez that was blind. Okay, must have just been fading. Didn't even get the...
Yeah, as
blind
Bartek came
icon.
in from short.
Yeah, okay. I presumed it wasn't because there was no... it didn't say he was flashing the kill feed, but he
Well,
was
there was also a
stabbing.
shot that was smoke earlier. I swear that was towards B. That I was like, wait a minute, maybe the smoke came down after the kill or was fading.
Yeah, as I suppose it's still very early days, right? This is the first update which those nade things have been in, maybe the second, like where they've been touched. So I can understand how there'd be a couple small problems with it. Machine gun. Oh, he's got to do some work. Players already up close to him, and they're not watching him at all. Bartek's able to do the damage before machine gun closes out the round alongside him. 8-2, and a nice clean one. Mazaalai don't get aggressive in those early fights. They don't participate, and then afterwards, it's easy peasy once they run right in.
Yeah, really good crossfire between Bartek there. And I think that was machine gun. I mean, the way they were playing in pit and on towards site, they were kind of covering each other off a bit. You can see here, Bartek gets the first, then he helps cover machine gun. Machine gun can help cover him onto flying in towards into apartments. Not bad. I mean, that was pretty much perfect. Again, we didn't really see any smokes to block off pit for Invictus, so I guess you could argue it was maybe a mistake out of IG, but still I'm gonna be positive about Mazaalai there, and they go for the early control towards banana with 3 players or 2 players, and the third back to support with flashes. Get early damage in onto Zhao Sage, and they have a decent start.
It's a good start, yeah. I'll agree. We'll see how things pan out afterwards. I think Invictus are going to get a bit of a wake-up call there for pushing so confidently into a side. And it is, honestly, when you're up 8-1, I think that's something that a lot of teams struggle with when you get those kind of early leads, 8, 10-1, whatever it may be, to get a little bit overconfident and play looser. I mean, you've got to just close it out. You give them the opportunity, bring it to an 11-4, even a 10-5. They can pull it back from there. Despite it being a terrible half, you give them those couple of rounds and the context of the half changes completely. Even just on the basis that they'll feel like they can do it. More so because they came back into it at the end.
That was the last piece of utility, though. There's 30 seconds left.
Yeah, but it's not too bad, right? I mean, there's a decent chance Invictus go up willy-nilly. Look, there's a one-man peek. The swing in from CT, not able to get it, and Zilkenberg has to leave his teammate behind.
Smoke comes in, rotations at a machine gun towards C2. They're actually going to commit onto this one with about 14 seconds left. You can see Zhao Sage's low destroyer takes down Flying. And again, they leave it a little bit too late. They run out of a little bit of utility. It's left all on Destroyer. He has no time to plant. This is the round done. This is Mazaalai getting themselves a third. He dies after time.
That's going to work wonders for the economy.
Yeah, what do they have? 2 players on 6,800 or more. That's it.
I said it was going to be a little while before we saw Invictus really struggling for cash, but here we are. The Deagle's already coming out. The pistols are in play. You cannot count them out. We learned that on another day, but we'll see what Invictus can do with a little bit of utility at least to clear the way. The Molotov early on used towards the apartments. Zhao Sage just running up to top banana. Unfortunately, double mollied out of there, and so no chance as he gets shut down. The rest of the players can't trade him out, and now it's time to pump the brakes and look for some kills.
4 AKs and an M4 for Mazaalai. Never would have thought they're on the CT side. But I am a bit worried. You got Sugu, you got Zilkenberg on the B site, you have Machine Gun on the rotate. And actually, Zilkenberg going to be repurposing himself over towards the CT spot. They have a smoke for Flying. Spot Zilkenberg out. He'll put his own smoke down, and I don't know if Invictus want to push through this with a minute left to go. We're seeing, I wanted to say some caution within the team, but at the same rate, Zhao Sage just ran straight forward, up banana. So, again, trying to apply pressure to the Mazaalai side, keep them honest with this utility usage. Flashbang in. A real flash is landing there. Smoke's going to be landing as well. I think they're just trying to look for the bomb fight here, but the bomb runs in towards CT. They don't even cover off the push in. We saw this happen, what was it, yesterday or the day before?
Yeah, I'm not too sure all the days kind of blend into one when I'm up this early, I'll be honest. Flying. Oh no, surely they're not going to be able to pull this back. The bomb's down in the open. They've got to go and retrieve it, and Flying. Oh, he's giving me a heart attack with those shots, but he's not able to connect it. 8-4. Mazaalai, look, they're pulling back into it. The scoreline, no matter where they end up, is not going to be good. But they're putting up a fight. If they can win this one here, an eco will await them. And that should be 8-6. Considering how things have started, what, they were 5-0 down? I think
he's going for the quick peek here. He has the op. He's gonna get him on the cross. Oh, I was a little scared for Nuez there. If he went for the cross, he was definitely dead. And Viva, I would imagine he's gonna drop the op to destroy. We saw this before. The Zhao Sage got the jumping shot into Sugu at the banana position, jumping behind the half wall.
Yeah, no, I think it was. Good old Zio Sage, as Dingo says. I think you can pronounce that name any way you could physically think of, and he has pronounced it that way.
Saji.
Zhao Sage, yeah, I'd say he said that a few times. I heard him at one stage 7 rounds in a row, he said his name, and every single one was pronounced differently.
I'm sure he has many names for you right now, Mitch.
Oh, he's always had many names for me. Don't worry. So at this point, Mazaalai, they haven't found an opening duel. They haven't found any combat. The smoke down bottom banana, but they're not leaving. It was that Zilkenberg by himself. He backs off afterwards. It's a good job. He's got support. Double nades straight on down. Decent damage done on the second one. And Xiao Sage actually spots the player on the right side. But unfortunately, they're not able to deal with it. Just falling back. The CTs have set up now to slow them as they push on forward. You mentioned earlier the lack of utility usage on B. Well, now they've got it to slow down this push. The molly separating the players. The AWP flashed as well. The player in towards the pool, taken down. And 2 opening duels on the B defense. 20 seconds left as Invictus need to make a move. And they start to run down banana. There's no time to go A, so this must just be a save.
Yeah, it's gotta be. And again, Mazaalai, they maintain utility. They throw it towards the end. And then they repel the attack out of Invictus. I like this adaptation out of Mazaalai. I like it a lot. And what's been able to net them now 5 rounds. They're really starting to climb back in this one. And by the way, I think every time you start to stumble on saying Xiao Sage, I'm imagining Dinko just sitting there like, what is that, Mitch? What's his name?
Honestly, you know why? It was because I'd just been slagging Dingo for how he pronounced it, and it almost slipped out then because I'd said it. Yep. So much. Xiao Sage. Yeah. No matter how we end, as I said, if it's 8-7, Mazaalai are in a bad spot. But to rally up the troops, to find those consecutive rounds towards the end, that's really going to be... It's going to work wonders for the morale, for how they feel moving to the T side. I don't think the T side will go well for them, but they'll feel good at least coming in. So that's a bit more positivity in the world. Anything that Invictus pick up from this point is a bonus. Ooh. They managed to keep the CT economy fairly low as well. Remember, no loss bonus anymore. Just the 1400. Some players will struggle. That's a great opening. We mentioned machine guns alping. It's just been destroyed by Viva. Now they move towards the A site. There's 2 players in the pit. One's already been spotted out. Nuez has got an opportunity. Bartek almost caught with the flash in hand. Forward on the Deagle, Destroyer pushed back. They've got to make a move. The flank's already on its way. They've spotted him down bottom. Oh, look at this. Oh no, Nuez, what are you doing? Versus the pistols, he just rushes in right into Flying's AK. He obviously thought they were falling back. Luckily, the remaining players are low HP, so this shouldn't go their way, and it doesn't. That was a wild play by Nuez. He's making some questionable decisions today.
I gotta look back at the scoreline. I could have swore we had like 8-1. Yeah, we had 8-1. And remember I was saying before about like these large streak of rounds that seem to just turn around to the other team. They're able to get their own streak going. We're now on the precipice of seeing an 8-7.5 for Invictus instead of the 8-1 to start off with. This is insane stuff, and we have to give credit to Mazaalai where it's due. It was looking so bad for them in the start of the half, and yet they're about to pull even. I mean, their T side is still going to be obviously a big journey ahead of them, but this is phenomenal.
Yeah, they're definitely overperforming these last couple of rounds. Machine Gun isn't, though. That's the second time he's been holding an angle, but just got swung on. I wonder if ping advantage is maybe at play, at least a small amount. Oh, Nuez. Not again. He's whiffed it and given them a 2-man advantage to play with. It's 6:40 a.m. and someone's outside beeping their horn like a lunatic. What the hell?
It's Dinko.
It's Xiao Sage!
Screw you, bitch! Speaking of the man, though, look at that. 2 quick kills. Suki's left alone. This should be a 9-6 half.
I think Dinko might be onto something. Because Xiao Sage sure is magic. Those are 2 great little headshots from him.
I mean, sages aren't magicians. They're more healers. More like shamans. So,
are they? Oh, I just presume they were like magicians.
Don't you play MMOs? Jeez.
No.
Nerd.
Yeah, my bad, bro. My bad.
And yeah, I mean, speaking of ping, by the way, look at that. It's pretty even. So we can't even say it's a ping issue. There's like a max of 20 ping difference between the 2 teams.
Oh, yeah, a
You never
Sage
played
is.
MMOs.
I mean, I'm
Sage is a
sure.
healer.
Sage is someone who's acquired knowledge, apparently,
Mm. Well, in
in
that sense, yeah.
philosophy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah.
Um, yeah. So no, I don't really. I played World of Warcraft for like 2 hours and was like, oh, screw this,
Ugh.
boring. Never
I
played
knew I didn't like
RuneScape.
you.
I was a Halo boy through and through.
Ugh. Get a real FPS.
A little bit of Yu-Gi-Oh.
That's like playing Call of Duty and saying you're like a pro FPS player.
Saying you're skilled.
Yeah, that you have skill to shoot.
I play
Or
on a controller.
or using a controller in Fortnite with aim assist. Like, come on. Are you really an aimer? Nah.
Or using a controller in Rocket League. What kind of a nerd? No,
Hey, whoa,
you
whoa,
have to.
whoa.
You
Yeah.
have to. Oh, no, no, no. The steps heard. Machine gun on the swing. Nicely handled. And now Viva, he's got to stick down. So he's got a little bit of utility to hold down. I think, again, we've seen Shao Sage push forward quite aggressively a couple of times, and he's maintaining it on the CT side. Viva with a very brave play around that smoke, but he's getting the information. They know that it's going to be an A hit now. The problem is that doesn't help them hit their shots. Flying, Oi in with some kills, and one after another, the T's are falling. Oi needs to hit it, but he can't. Bartek's pulled it back, and now a 1v2, but the problem is we saw Viva with oh, he's wasted the nade too. With a nade and a smoke. No armor. That's the thing I'm getting at. And as the bomb is planted, now he's got a 1v2 with a crossfire, but they're going to peek him all by their lonesome. That's a bit wild. Couple of weird choices from each team in that round, but either way, Mazaalai pick it up in 9-7.
Remember what we were saying before. I mean, I'm not gonna jinx it just yet. But imagine a world where Mazaalai pick up a victory against Invictus. They still could get themselves out of the bottom two and move on through into the playoffs and at least acquire some more points.
That's the first time I've ever heard draw.
Yeah, because it was a round restart.
Yeah. I'm just saying, I don't think... Does that happen when you 15-15?
No. I don't
Like
think
in a
so.
matchmaking or something? I don't think I've ever heard the voice line. So there you go. I've never paid attention to it.
I never get draws. I always lose.
I never get rounds. Yeah, well, look, 9-7. It's a nice little.
You're saying you can get 15-15? What?
It's possible.
I've never broken 10 rounds. I thought there was a hard cap at 9.
No, that's just your kills.
Yeah. Definitely lately.
Here we go. Let's see what the pistols can do. The Deagles, they're dangerous, right? Inferno's a very close range map. There's lots of
Especially on
opportunities to pick these up.
Invictus. Especially on Invictus. Like,
Oh yeah.
this team can win rounds with just Eagles. Like, they have a gun versus no gun advantage.
I mean, realistically, the confidence needs to be fading completely from Invictus at the moment. They need to play a much more structured, much more grounded Counter-Strike because, like, if they lose this round, which is likely, they'll end up in a spot where Mazaalai are 9-9. They're tied up like they're in Brooklyn. I mean, things are going to be pretty difficult. Oh, man. Destroyer's not having a good day, is he? A little bit of team damage to make up for it. It's like an offering to the gods.
I love tap.
No, it's like you've granted us the power of wall bangs or shots through smokes. So you have to return that blood for blood.
Well, not looking too good with the Deagles. We topped him up before. Eva left against 4, and he will fall to Nuaz. And that's going to be the 9-9 most likely. I can't imagine Invictus are going to be buying in this round. Oh, such a good show.
It is. It's fantastic. Look, see, every time you got to do a little bit of team damage. You wall bang
same guy as well. That's the worst part.
If you wall bang someone or shoot them through the smoke, honestly, you're tempting fate. If you don't shoot your teammate a little bit,
I feel
blood
like
for
this
blood.
is hazing, you know? I feel like he's like applying for a fraternity. You know, he's like rushing for it. He's just being hazed by his team.
Do you want your A take on easy or hard mode?
Oh, he's burning.
Extra cash. Good thing with the Mac 10's the one that picks him up.
They need a Counter-Strike RPG. That's it. I don't know why. I don't know how it would work. I just, I wanted to say it.
I just don't know why we haven't added in building yet. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Had what?
Building.
Oh,
It's pretty cool.
there's a map creator.
Have you ever tried playing this game with a controller?
Well, I don't hate myself that much, so no.
Yeah, so I found out the hard way because I used to use the default config and I just adjusted it. I'm talking, I was probably like gold 1 or something at the time. It was like 5 years ago, but I decided to use my controller. Found out you need to exec a config. Once you do that, it resets your config, your actual one. So I just didn't have one then afterwards. And also, I because I realized after one round, oh, this is terrible. Went to use my mouse and keyboard. Nope. Had to reset all my settings. That was great fun.
I think I played with just a keyboard before.
What?
Yeah, you use
Like
the
arrows?
numpad. Yeah, use the numpad to like have multi-directional
Oh my
aiming.
god, that's disgusting. We trying to play Doom. I guess you'd always be at head height if it's a flat map.
Yeah,
Don't go near
true.
apps.
Well, there we go. So, speaking of aggressive, it's 1.5 kills there, and well, now they're not going to push a B anymore. I would imagine Zilkberg. I mean, this is like a bonus round for them, anyways, right? There's a push up. Bartek as well, coming out of boiler. Right into the hands of Oi, where he gets the kill. No one's in pit. Destroyer left on the site here, and well, he's trying to hold on. He gets the first one. He almost gets the second. Bartek down to 6 HP. That smoke not going where he wants it, but he gets himself a double kill.
Oh,
Bullets
man.
land at least where he wants them.
This kid's on fire. Invictus have a pretty rough retake ahead. Shasage is quite low. Utility's decent. They've got 2 smokes. They're just going out for the fights, but head peek and Bartek is a massive advantage. He's looking for the ace at this point. Shut down by Viva. As I said, Molly's still in play. He's looking to put that fairly close. This might actually catch Silkenberg. If it ticks, it'll give away his position. He's stepping towards the headshot angle and ready to take the shot. 10-9. Mazaalai hit double digits and Invictus again down to a light buy. This is a disaster. What is going on? What is this region? How can one team be so bad against bad teams and then come in against one of the better ones? Invictus, who started out, remember, the beginning of their tournament, if I go through their matches here, 2-1 lost to Tiger. 2-0 they beat Tai Lu. They beat Divine Vendetta just barely and lost to Vici 2-1. I mean, those are pretty... They've played the best teams in this tournament, and they've either barely lost or smashed them. And then they come into this, and they're struggling. I mean, they look better versus Tai Lu than Mazaalai. How is that a thing?
I don't know. I really don't know. And they had an 8-1 lead. So it's not like they can't win rounds. Yeah. They were clearly doing it. Mazaalai with the 2 kills on the verge of getting to 11. There's still 3 deagles for Invictus, but after these last few rounds, you can't really back them. I mean, you wouldn't back them anyways normally with pistols, but this is tough times. Mazaalai, maybe they decided to show up in the tournament towards the end. Viva, smoke going down, and well, no chance. So one more player here. It's gonna be Oi, and no chance. Now it's Shasage, the last man alive against 5. So look to make it expensive. And no chance.
Yeah, everyone meets the same fate in the end. 11-9, and if you told me we were going to get here, never mind when they were 8-1 up at the start of the game, I would have laughed in your face. And yet, here we are. Look, it's no stranger to see teams pick up the first kind of 5-0, 6-0, somewhere around there. It happens. But for Invictus to come in, they look so good. They're 8-1 up. They're dominating all these fights. They make a couple of mistakes. They give away 1 or 2 rounds. Okay, fair enough. And they give away 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9. It's like, what's going on? Can you guys wake up? You realize you're making mistakes and start playing again? Here we go. He's just been killed by a jumping Mach 10. All right. So that pretty much sets the tone for how this one's been going. Well, he's able to take it, but he loses 90 HP in the process? I mean, Nuez just did 200 damage almost. Destroyer, caught in pit, standing inside a Molotov, eventually drops the smoke, but he's 5 HP now. No one's got a nade for him, luckily. And this is still winnable. AWP in the pit can do some damage. They just swing in one at a time. Almost a chance for machine gun. Silkenberg's on the flank. A sneaky play. Shasage not ready for this. Is he being covered though from afar? The Destroyer should be watching that with the op, and he is indeed. 10 rounds for Invictus at last. They show up. That opening fight though with Flying, a player we compliment so much, getting killed by Nuez, who was just bunny hopping along with a Mac 10 and didn't stop either. He kept jumping like a lunatic. That was a scary time.
I think this match is a scary time, especially if you're an Invictus fan. I mean, again, this should be a team that makes it through the playoffs anyway, so we're not expecting them to like be knocked out, but we're not expecting them to lose. We're not even expecting them to have such a close game against Mazaalai. I don't know what kicked in. Maybe the coffee finally woke Mazaalai up. Oh my god. Oh my god. Why do they keep contesting? Why do they keep trying to fight so early on? They're not playing passive. Trying to take the fight to them like we've seen before on the T side and Flying.
Wow.
Okay, this is a good chance here. Flying.
Massive play.
Oh, he's gonna make noise though.
They didn't notice.
Hear it. That's the bomb.
They
That's
think
the
they're so
bomb.
safe. There we go. Bomb. AWP picked up, but he keeps going. Right into Nuez. Here is an opportunity for Oi. He gets one, but shut down immediately. Good double peek in there by Machine Gun with Bartek, as Viva has to now do it all by himself. They have an inkling that he's towards short. You saw the flash go through. Now we'll see if we can see the 1v2. As Viva moves his way towards the A side. No idea about where these T's might just be holding down. He goes for pit with the smoke, but spraying right on through. Nuez gets it as they go up 12-10. Mazaalai actually on the verge of winning this map. I mean, sure, they've still got a little bit to go, but considering how these last 12, 13 rounds have gone, they look like a better team. I don't believe I've just said those words. Jason, you said one of us should have just went with Mazaalai in case they won, so we'd look like a genius. Honestly, I think you'd still look like a moron if you chose that, because all the evidence was pointing to Invictus. Absolutely everything. But they're making mistakes. Like, look at the last round. Shout Sage peak. Oh my god, okay. He's done the same thing here, and it wasn't a mistake, I guess. But he peeked at the car when they'd been spamming it. It wasn't like Machine Gun had fired his first shot at the car and happened to connect the head. He was spraying it, and Xiao Saga went, oh, I might just step into that there, see what happens. Like, he just died. It was mad.
I just don't understand how you go from dominating 8 out of the first 9 rounds. I mean, again, like, these rounds weren't necessarily that close that they won, to then just losing everything. I don't get it. I mean, credit to, obviously we're criticizing Invictus a lot, which, I mean, I think we should.
I think they have
the same rate
responsibility.
Yeah, but at the same rate, Mazaalai did adjust their CT side. They stopped being aggressive. They stopped wasting so much utility early on. They saved it for later on in the rounds. And they did, legitimately start to pick up quite a few in a row. But then there was no adaptation out of Invictus after that. It was just kind of, all right, let's just rush at them. Let's get aggressive. Always behind them. Oh, he gets one. So they will continue to push in towards this site. They're going to leave, I think, Machine Gun back, but they're getting extremely low at HP. Flying's going to fall before he has a chance to shoot off a bullet. Still doable here for Invictus, especially with oil with the AK now.
So good, so low. Look at the flank, though, from bar attack. If they don't clear this, Oi has to glance towards it. He looks, but he gets headshot instead. Destroyer now in a 1 versus 1, 49 HP on bar attack. That Deagle can take him down. The body shot needed. The shot fires off, though, and so Bartek knows the time is on his side. The peak has to come through soon. The tag, 3 HP remaining, and the time is now gone. That is so unfortunate. No time. Destroyer realizes it without a kit, especially. Had to find that kill immediately. If he had an AK, that was his. He'd won it. But we go 13-10. Mazaalai picking up another, and this map is looking like it's going to be theirs.
Mitch, I woke up today, 6 a.m. Yeah, look at that. Look how dominating those rounds were. And then just all of a sudden, like, no one survived anymore, and we see Mazaalai keeping multiple people alive in so many rounds. I woke up this morning, I'm like, all right, first game, Mazaalai Invictus, okay, so a quick 2-0. Maybe we won't finish at 5 p.m. today. Well, that just went out the window.
Hope you're ready for a 10 p.m. finish. Like, but here's the thing: Mazaalai have Nuke up next. It's their map pick.
They've only won their
honestly
map choice once, though. Like, have they won their map choice ever? Yeah, they've never won their own map choice, unless this document hasn't been updated that I'm looking at.
Oh, in this tournament, yeah.
They're 0-4.
But like Mazaalai versus Divine Vendetta, they've played them twice. Once under Divine, once under Camel Riders. 16-10 loss, 16-14 win, and then they've almost beat D13. 16-13 as well. They lost, but they very nearly beat them. I'd give them a decent chance on Nuke, considering the performance they're putting up here.
You think Mazaalai can win 2-0? I mean, I almost didn't even say that because I didn't think those words could come out all in a streak against Invictus.
I think that's a... Considering what we're seeing here in Inferno, I think that's a possibility we have to entertain. I do not think Invictus should be losing the next map. I really don't think they will, but I really don't think that Mazaalai should even be on double digits. Certainly not at this stage in this game. Before we started, they're playing well. Sogu goes through, but look at that. There was spacing there. Nuez could find the trade if he needed to. Then they split up, looking for a bit of information. They find it, but it costs them quite heavily. Invictus now back to a 4v2. A little bit of a sloppy post-execute from Mazaalai. Good nade through. Player's already backed off, though, so Flying will survive. They can retrieve the bomb. It's not being held, luckily, but take a look at Viva. He's already on his way up behind. He's pushed through the apartments. He's got the flank. He's being watched, though. Silkenberg, not ready for it. Bomb dropped in the open yet again. Now they've got control of it, and that should be the round already concluded. Sogu's got a 1v4, and even just on time, these players can... Oh, no! Yeah, the backstab. That could have been a knife for us. But yeah, even just on time, they could have tucked away. 13-11. Invictus get around, and... Oh, look at Mazaalai, actually. They don't have a lot of money. Despite how many rounds they've won in a row.
And there were like 2 out of 3 rounds of recent times, I guess 2 out of 4 now, where they had only 1 player surviving. Or no players surviving, actually. So I think, yeah, it's been very rough on the economy. I think I actually know why. I don't know what's going on within this game, by the way, Mitch. I think I figured it out.
What's
What is that, Jason? All right, thanks. It's because I'm not watching it in 4K over on YouTube.
That would be it. That's why you can't make sense of it. The guys on YouTube understand, though.
If I read it correctly, nice. It's like it's the first production in 4K for CS. Right here. By the awesome PGL guys.
I heard there was one in 2014, but I don't think it was of this level.
I mean, I think Blez right now, like sitting with his 70-inch TV, you know, flat screen TV, on his comfortable couch.
With his internet just bugging out, so he's actually only getting in on like 100p.
Okay, so maybe then he's in the wall in the socket recharging while watching.
Powering down.
Just pulling a bender, you know, Futurama goes into the closet.
Yeah. That was
I saw Prius talking about it, like, you know, Observer in CS talking about like how clean the stream is in 4K.
Oh yeah, no, it's gorgeous. Honestly, I think PGL could be setting a standard in that sense, because obviously we don't get to see it. We're on a vMix call, so we're probably like 60 FPS, I guess, maybe 30.
I mean, it still looks cleaner than most streams I've seen.
Dude, it looks way better than the vMix I've used before. And then when you go to our vMix right now looks like a normal Twitch stream. That's so I would put it. And then, but I was watching back some of the games the other day on YouTube, and it was unreal. The 4K, it looks so damn good.
Boost up for Zhao Sage. Gets 1 Viva. They have the stock here. Machine Gun's going to respawn, though, down to the 3-on-2 in favor of Invictus. The bomb should be planned to find. Is he going to push? Oh, don't tell me he's going to give his position away. Oh, they get the kill either way, though. Down to the 1-on-2. Machine Gun could clutch us out, become a god. They're going to split, though, one from CT. They pull off the 1v1s. They're given the opportunity to win this, and there it is. Fine's going to fall. Now it's all on Destroyer, and he gets it! The quad kill, Machine Gun. 14 for Mazaalai.
This is madness. The reverse of the quote, and I think Leonidas would agree. Absolutely crazy. Machine Gun with that 4K. Yeah, this is madness. No, no, you're so American.
Watch the movie.
Oh, who made the movie? The Greek people make the movie? Pretty sure Americans did.
Oh my god.
They'd probably be like, Leonidas, get your aluminium shield. Or aluminum, that's it, aluminum shield.
He already messed it up.
I can't even say it incorrectly because it's so wrong.
It's not incorrect. Go look it up. There's two
No.
ways of pronouncing it and spelling it.
You're just wrong.
No, okay. You know what? Well, what's wrong right now is that Invictus are losing. This shouldn't be a team that's falling to Mazaalai, and yet they've been able to rise up here 14-11. They're almost on map point. The money not going to be there for Invictus either after they lose this round. If Mazaalai take this, this could be the map done. However, they also are low on money. If they lose this round, Invictus could start to grind away and looking one round closer to tying things up.
Oh, there we go. Machine gun with another. He's just on fire right now. This needs to be it. Shaosage has to be the showstopper. And he gets machine gun. Dropping into the smoke. Spray for more. A little bit of damage to Zilkenberg on the cross, but Destroyer elsewhere has managed to shut down one player. Nuez, a thorn in the side towards the A site, now coming behind in CT. That's going to slow down the push. Oi has to watch for it. He's in the alleyway. Peek through, though. Good swing by Nuez and a second kill. Invictus completely torn apart. Enemies on both sides. Shaosage can't do it either. And a huge round by Nuez, single-handedly securing them that in the post plant. This Destroyer has to go for a save. And you know what, Jason? I think we're both wrong. I think it's not aluminium or aluminum because I looked up who discovered it and it was a Danish chemist. So there's a decent chance that's like aluminum. They speak very weird.
I was gonna be like, what the hell did you just say? And then I remember
aluminum
how you say yeah, but now I remember how you say Odenza. So it actually makes sense.
No, that's what I mean. It genuinely probably is something like that. And then they said it to, they went to Britain or something and were like, hey, look, we've got, and they were like, oh, he's having a stroke. I think he's trying to say aluminium or something.
See?
See? No,
Screw
stop,
you, man.
Stop it.
You shot yourself in the foot.
Because I've had to think about it so actively to be like, well, how do they say it? How do you say it wrong?
15-11. Weapons a little bit light, utility a little bit light as well for Invictus. No more rounds to give it. They get aggressive. They overpower Sugu. He does get one kill on the Shaosage. Even still holding aggressive, he's got to back off. They don't have any more people towards the B site. And Nuez again gets down Oi, gets a second onto Destroyer, and it's becoming more and more of a possibility here, Mitch. 2-on-2. To keep Invictus alive or to win the map for Mazaalai.
I'm having to talk about aluminium so I can maintain my sanity at this point. It's just been so wild. As to how we've got here, I have absolutely no idea. It's a 2v1 though. Mazaalai might not be able to close this one out. The bomb's on its way to B. A smoke for the cross as well, still in play. Zilkenberg should be dropping that down. He flashes on it. Is he just going to dry peek this? You lunatic. He gets the fight, gets the duel. 9 HP left. That spray, if one more bullet connected, he'd actually be much, much healthier for this retake to repel it. And as flying comes in, he hasn't got a whole lot of angles to check, right?
He's made sound.
Yeah, they know exactly where he is towards the left side. It's oranges that flying looks for and just a wall bang. Easily done. 15-12. Invictus fighting for the overtime. And in rounds like that, when it comes that close, I don't really believe in it, to be honest. I'm just thinking about Zilkenberg's play, and I think I got to stand by it. The flash in CT means that he gets to isolate a 1v1 fight. If he smokes it, that player's not going to push into the site. He's going to wait, and then they'll 2v1 push. And that's a hard enough situation to repel, because if they just go in with good spacing and trade you, that's it. There's not much you can really do. So I think you made the right call.
Oh no, look at Invictus. You talked crap about the Evan. Well, you're going to have the XM flying, picking this up. And he's looking to play over towards Boiler, maybe in Boiler. And there might be a player or two heading his direction. He's got Oi there to support him to help cover off. Mazaalai. I mean, the thing is for me is if they choke now and don't close this out in normal time, I want to imagine Invictus are going to win this in overtime. I feel like they've been tried and tested a lot more. I feel like they're going to, be able to recoup. I don't know why they've not even taken a timeout, by the way. for Invictus to like just take a second to breathe because they have just lost so many rounds. They were up 8-1 in the first half on T side. Ended up going 8-7, sorry, 9-6 at the half. And they've only gotten 3 rounds since.
Yeah, the thing is they only need that one more, so they won't really feel all too stressed. Just with how they've been able to bring it down to a 1v1 in the previous round. Even with the mistakes, they were so close to closing it out. 35 seconds remaining. Regardless of whether they feel stressed or not, they've got to make a move, and it smokes towards B, flashes as well, but instead the bomb goes back to the A side. Selling a big fake, dragging every single player. They fully left A! Oh, Invictus. Because the time was so low, they fully believed that this was going to be a B hit combined with the lower weapons. They wanted to get in there and take those fights, but they realized, wait, why are we... You're B? I'm B. Who's A? No one is. Oh, wait. All of Mazaalai are.
It's got to hurry.
It'll be there. It'll be there for default. There's nothing they can really do to stop that being planted. And there you go. Now 4v4 retake, a really difficult one. Mazaalai in a lot of trouble, actually, losing out these early fights. They have no control towards apartments either. The CTs can group up and push this all together. Bartek has to find something. Doesn't actually end up flashing that. It goes off the door. Here we go. The swing, the kill, and this should be it. Mazaalai looking good to close this one out in the 2v2. Viva pushes forward. He's now the last alive. A 1 versus 2. Smoke for the left. Peek to the right. The spam in the smoke. Not going to take him down, but he doesn't see the player in pit. And that's it. 16-12. Mazaalai. Let me just take a moment. Mazaalai have won map number 1. I had to just look at that a couple times to make sure I wasn't